March 1942. Kitchen shelves go empty. Traditional recipes become impossible. Families face starvation. But in this crisis, ordinary people invented cooking techniques that would end centuries of traditional cooking and create the modern kitchen. This isn't just about survival recipes, this is about the day home cooking died and something new was born. Overnight, 85% of common ingredients vanished. Sugar, rationed. Butter, gone. Meat, severely limited. The average family lost 60% of their cooking ingredients. This wasn't gradual change. This was a culinary apocalypse that forced immediate radical innovation. Supply ships carrying sugar from the Caribbean were being sunk by German U-boats at an alarming rate. Farms were losing laborers to the draft. Factories that once produced canned goods were now manufacturing munitions. The government stepped in, instituting ration books and coupons that dictated exactly what and how much each family could purchase. Many of the most common and beloved ingredients were suddenly gone. Homemakers stood in their kitchens, ration books in hand, and wondered how they would possibly put a decent meal on the table. The government urged citizens to plant victory gardens. By 1943, 20 million gardens produced over 8 million tons, nearly 40% of fresh vegetables. These homegrown foods weren't rationed. They were a vital supplement. The era of cooking by memory and instinct was over. The era of desperate, creative problem-solving had just begun. And from those kitchens came recipe revolutions that rewired how America cooks, forever. Recipe 1, the end of meat-centric meals. This stew used every vegetable part, peels, tops, even weeds. It killed the meat as main course tradition forever. Woolton pie proved a hearty, satisfying meal didn't require a single red point. Small amounts of meat were stretched with breadcrumbs and vegetables. Recipe 2, the birth of chemical leavening. With eggs rationed, cooks discovered vinegar and baking soda combinations that made cakes rise without eggs, ending reliance on farm-fresh ingredients. To replace butter and egg moisture, they used mashed potatoes, grated carrots, and applesauce. These substitutions worked, letting families enjoy sweet treats. Recipe 3, the canning revolution. This wasn't your grandmother's preserves, this was emergency preservation that created the shelf-stable foods we eat today. Agencies ran classes on sterilization and sealing to prevent botulism. Science-based canning turned preservation into a household cornerstone. But the real revolution wasn't recipes, it was mindset. Every scrap used, every meal planned for maximum nutrition, the wasteful cook-whatever's available approach ended. Frugality became a patriotic act, and then cooking turned scientific. WWII didn't just change recipes, it made cooking scientific for the first time. Governments issued precise nutritional guidelines. Home cooks became chemists, understanding how substitutions affected taste and texture. This was the death of Grandma's pinch of this, and birth of measured, repeatable cooking. Nutritional literacy helped families stay healthy despite shortages. It demystified cooking and made it accessible. When the war ended, the revolution didn't stop. Wartime preservation became TV dinners. Rationing substitutions became cake mixes. Scientific cooking became nutritional labeling. The traditional kitchen was gone forever. The end of old-world cooking had begun the rise of modern food. So what do we do with these lessons today? These WWII techniques can cut your food budget by 60%, reduce waste by 80%, and create meals that last for months. Crisis cooking of 1942 has become sustainable cooking of 2024. The past teaches us that when our pantries seem bare, we can do more than survive. We can invent a new way forward. What began as a desperate struggle in the kitchens of 1942 became a catalyst for innovation. It redefined the American meal and introduced science to the home cook. It laid the foundation for our modern food system. Endings create new beginnings, if we pay attention. Other channels will show you recipes. We show you how endings create new beginnings. The day traditional cooking died was the day modern cooking was born. For more stories of how historical endings shape your world, subscribe and watch our End of an Era playlist right now. Because the kitchen is where the past still feeds the future.